Hi, this is Dave from Nankin Hobby, and I recently got to run the new Axial SCX6, and these are my thoughts on it. The Axial SCX6 is the first large-scale crawler of its kind. It's 1/6 scale, and a lot of the other large-scale crawlers that they have made in the past and things like that have just been larger than 10 scale, not anything this big or this detailed. And they did a really good job with the detailing of it. They did a great job at basically upscaling the 10th scale version of this Jeep Wrangler with same cage, same interior, same everything, that in videos and pictures and things like that, it actually, if you don't have something to compare size to, it still looks 10 scale. And in that aspect, they did a really good job. It does have a 120 amp ESC and 1200 kV motor, which can handle 2 to 3S. The motor is massive, and it also has a 2-speed, which they did a really good job. The high gear is actually high. You have some speed, you can have fun running around in the sand and things like that. And the low gear is actually low gear, which is nice. It crawls really well. The tires grip really well. It is 25 pounds, but it goes anywhere you want it to. They did a really good job with it. So I got to take this at SCX6 out on the rocks at a couple local places, and for its size and the homemade courses that it was a little on the big side. That was a little unfortunate, but taking it out in the trails and things like that, taking it out to a more natural environment is definitely where this thing is going to shine, where it's going to be a lot more fun. You're going to be able to hit hills and things like that. The overall experience was a ton of fun. I mean, driving other large-scale vehicles such as the X-Max and Creighton 8S and things like that, while it is close in size, or it is the same size, it still has a completely different experience, not just because it's fast or not just because it's slow, but it really feels like you are driving a real vehicle, much more so than driving a 10 scale. Unfortunately, just like the 10 scales though, the servo is a little lacking. It's kind of to be expected, but it still does well. Again, it's a 25-pound vehicle. It's hard to make a servo be that strong. But then the other little, I don't want to say problem, but the other similarity to the 10 scale version is it can actually be tough to clip that body on, just like the 10 scale one is. You have to get it in the little slots. You have to kind of fold the inner fenders over and kind of clip them on. It takes a little bit of work, and in that aspect it's kind of entertaining just because you have to do the same thing for the 10th scale. So it's still accurate even in its little imperfections like that. So this is actually a vehicle that I would recommend. Well, the price point isn't the most friendly, I guess you could say, at 1,100 bucks. They did do a really good job with the scale detail in this. I mean, with the inner fenders, the fender flares, the interior, the little driver dude, the roll cage that they put in there, the headlights, the tail lights, the little radiator behind the grill, and then you take the body off and you see this little scale engine cover that they have over the servo and the ESC up front. They did a really good job at all of that. So the scale appearance is nice. Plus it also has a 2-speed, which is nice. You kind of get the best of both worlds. Low gear goes really slow, so you can actually rock crawl and do what it was intended for. And high gear Well, it's not going to beat your X-Max. It still is quick enough to play around with in the sand if you go out to the sand dunes or anything like that. And I really look forward to seeing if any aftermarket companies come out with anything. This is definitely one that I would highly recommend. I had a ton of fun driving this thing, and I would actually give it an 8 out of 10. And as always, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again next time.